4th street for Phil, deuce of clubs. Don receives the king of diamonds. Phil bets 50,000. Don puts the remaining chips in. Phil calls. Phil turns over ace, 4, deuce, ace. Don turns over king, 6, 9 tray. Fifth street for Phil, jack of spades. 5th street for Don, jack of clubs. 6th street for Phil, pairs his 4s with the 4 diamonds. Don receives the tray, he pairs Don's tray. 7th street's going face down right now.
Let your hands over. Anything but a pair, you win.
Phil turns over to 10, makes a jack 10, 4 deuce ace.
Make a jack 9, huh? Wow. Come on, Phil. Right here. Come on, Phil. You can't win. Yes!
Don pairs the 9. Let's hear a round of applause for Don Zewin. Second place finisher.
Way to go, Don. Well played, sir.
I want to introduce Ty Stewart.
Yeah, baby!
Way to go, Phil.
I didn't know this was ever going to happen, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Yes, baby. 3 seconds last year. Oh, no. Philip, get up here, Philip.
Kathy, Philip. Yeah, if you guys could come up.
Watch, right?
So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much to the audience. I'm going to stick around and take every picture and sign every autograph if anybody wants that done. So, by the way, this is the first tournament in my life. I can honestly say this. The first tournament in my life, I have no idea what the prize money is. I swear to God, I don't know what first is. 182? Oh, that's nice. I was hoping for like 425, but... You know, Ty, I have to break out some new hats here. Say 12 on the side.
Don't pretend like you don't already have them made.
They're made all right.
One more time. There we go.
Last June 1st, according to millions of players on the internet, I was a horrible player. By July 1st, I was then, you know, one of the greatest players. So, I mean, you know, but people are results oriented, and they should be in life. So I don't have a problem with that. So if you want to be great in our game, you have to win. And so it feels so good to me because it's been so long. I mean, 3 seconds last year was, you know, I mean, looking back, it was a great year. But you know, I told everybody, I said, listen, if I can have 3 seconds in the modern era, why can't I have 3 firsts? And so that's kind of the way I've been thinking. And look, I've played phenomenal this trip. I mean, I've made 4 times. I've already moneyed 4 times. You know, I mean, I'm just really, I'm kind of proud of the fact that I busted out of the stud 8 or better, 15th, and I was really smart. I didn't hop into the pot limit hold'em, which is a great event for me. I went with my wife back, you know, slept for 2 or 3 hours, had some food, and hopped into the Razz. And then it's hard to believe that on the same day I finished 15th, I ended up with the chip lead in the Razz. So just pretty phenomenal the way things are going right now. Right now, the game just makes sense to me. Every game makes sense to me, except for stud high. I feel like I'm still a donkey in stud high. I'm pretty good, but I mean, but all the games make sense to me, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place to be, and I've worked hard to get there.
How important is it the number 12 comes in a non-hold'em event?
I mean, it's, you know, I mean, after 3 seconds, I don't think people were bringing up the hold'em quite as much anymore. But still, I'll take it. You know, I mean, I felt like I was supposed to win the deuce to 7 last year. Juwanda played great. I felt like I was supposed to win the Players' Championship. And you know, I mean, Ras played great, and I just missed a bunch of hands. And, you know, and so I'm just glad. And I really thought I might win the stud 8 or better 2 days ago. I kept thinking, wow. I kept seeing myself as the winner. And who knew it was going to be 2 days later instead. and the Razz.
With so many second place, I mean, you could have 15 bracelets right now. How many do you think you're going to have before your career is over?
24.
Yeah. On the button.
Do you think about last year when you were heads up now?
I thought about last year, yeah, during the heads up, during the three-handed, during the four-handed, during the five-handed, you know. I thought, but you know, when I had the big chip lead, I felt like I was going to get heads up with somebody. And so when it came to pass, it was great. All right, so now it's a first or a second, but I just don't want another second. Please let me win this, and you know, and please, but you try not to think about that. You try to just think. I mean, it sounds simple, but just one thought: play perfect poker. It just kept going through my mind.
Phil, stand up, please,
and,
on this thing, and then you guys are going to come around here. That's a beautiful shot, huh? There we go.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. All right, to Phil on his 12th. Congratulations, well overdue.
The first of many.
First of, they now, once again, after last year, where he should have won 2 non-Hold'em bracelets, now you can say that he won. Yeah, well, you know. Oh, those are all in non-Hold'em?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Congratulations, you deserve it. You're a good guy.
Bro. Thanks.
From Italy, too.
Phil, was there any pressure from Ivy tonight? Did you sweating that at all?
I didn't. I tried not to think about Ivy.
I was going to ask you about that.
I went into the room. I went into the room by myself for a minute, and I started thinking about Ivy. And I started thinking about Ivy, and then I lied down and meditated for a second and said, all right, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Phil Ivy's a great player, and he's going to do what he's going to do, but you need to worry about, you know, what you're doing. And
I mean, he's playing 3 tournaments at a time, you know, and you're only playing 1, so it's kind of tough.
Who's better, Phil? Who's better, Ivy or you? Who's the better player?
We'll let history judge that.
Just think if you wouldn't have won tonight and he would have won tonight, it'd have been 11-9 instead of 12-8.
It would be a travesty.
It's a huge swing.
It's a
huge swing. Obviously, Phil Ivy's, you know, an amazing player.
But I mean, he has made like.
So you want to toast him losing? Is what you're saying?
No, don't try to put words in my mouth, Todd. But thank you. You're clever enough to try to make it look that way. But no. I mean, I was not rooting against Ivy. I never rooted against Chan. I never rooted against your dad.
I do believe that.
Rooting against people is just too much negative energy for me. I just feel like
there's people I do root against. I can't tell you who they are.
Can you believe that? Can anyone believe that?
There's no one in the planet that I root against, honestly. So, I mean, but that's just, you know. And I always figured that if your dad or Chan won a bracelet, it's just great for everybody, and it might push me higher. You know, I mean, I might like.
Were you rooting for Don Zewin?
John who?
Don Zewin.
Don Zewin.
Were you rooting against him?
I was rooting for myself over Don Zewin, yes.
You were rooting against him?
I was rooting for myself, let's put it that way.
I'll ask a better question. If you were out and Don Zewin was head up, would you be rooting for the guy again on playing Don Zewin or against Don Zewin?
I love Don Zewin, but Cantu's a closer friend of mine than Zewin.
Sorry, I'll shut up now.